Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the Minister of Youth and Culture, Fardousa Moussaïgué, visits the city centers in Haji Dide and the neighborhood tree in municipality of Bulaus. For the international scene, Washington and Tehran move toward a preliminary agreement. Welcome to our newsroom as part of a series of introductory visits to organizations under its supervision. The Minister of Youth and Culture, Fardousa Moussaïgué, conducted a field visit to the Community Development Center in the municipality of Bulaus, especially in Haji Dide Community Development Center and the Neighborhood Tree Community Development Center. This visit reflects the Minister's commitment to strengthening relations with local stakeholders and understanding the challenges faced by organizations working in the field of youth support, culture, and community development. Upon her arrival at both centers, the minister was welcomed by the director of the CDC, members of neighborhood councils, and representative of the municipality of Balbala. The meeting provided an opportunity to discuss the mission of the centers, the activity implemented for young people, and prospects for developing community initiatives. The ministerial delegation then toured the various facilities and sections dedicated to training, reading, cultural, sport, and educational activities. The center directors presented the report on their activities, highlighting achievement, ongoing projects, and a specific need to enhance their impact within local community. During the discussions, members of the neighborhoods councils reaffirmed their commitment to local development and social cohesion, expressing their aspirations to strengthen youth programs and support community initiatives. In her address, Fardousa Moussaïgué praised the outstanding work carried out by the Community Development Center teams and the continued involvement of local stakeholders. She emphasized the central role of these centers as local spaces dedicated to youth development, education, social integration, and civic participation. The minister also reaffirmed her commitment to supporting local initiatives to promote development and encourage programs enabling young people to develop their skills, nurture their talents, and contribute actively to the country's social, cultural, and civic life. The visit concluded in a friendly atmosphere with a group photo of all participants, symbolizing the shared commitment to community development and the well-being of Djibouti's youth. Through this field visit, Minister Fardousa Moussaïgué reaffirmed her commitment to listening local stakeholders and placing young people at the heart of the Ministries of Youth and Culture's priorities. On Thursday evening, the Embassy of Japan in Djibouti hosted a reception in honor of Mr. Hassan Umar Mohammed, the director of the Diplomatic Studies Institute, in recognition of his contribution to strengthening bilateral relations between Djibouti and Japan. During the ceremony, Japan's ambassador to Djibouti, Okoshi, presented him with a certificate of appreciation on behalf of the Japanese government. Hassan Umar Mohammed served as a member of the Djibouti-Japan Parliamentary Friendship Group for 10 years, from 2013 to 2023, and chaired the group during the last 5 years. Of that period, in that capacity, he contributed to strengthen parliamentary dialogue between the two countries by organizing 2 official visits to Japan and receiving several Japanese parliamentary delegation in Djibouti. Since his appointment, director of the Diplomatic Studies Institute, Hassan Umar Mohammed, has continued his efforts to strengthen cooperation between the institute and the Japanese embassy. In this context, the two institutions jointly organized a conference on Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific visions, an initiative launched by Tokyo in 2016, which marks its 10th anniversary this year. The reception was attended by several Djiboutian diplomatic and parliamentary figures who praised Hassan Umar Mohammed's role in promoting friendship and cooperation between the two countries. For his part, Hassan Umar Mohammed has indicated that He's continued the effort to strengthen cooperation between the Institute of the Japanese Embassy. In this context, the two institutions jointly organized a conference on Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific Vision Initiative launched by Tokyo in 2016, which marks its 10th anniversary. Official change of command ceremony by the combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa in Djibouti. Yesterday, Camp Lemonnier in Djibouti hosted the official change of command ceremony of the combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa, attended by military and civilian officials as well as representatives of the partner forces. During the ceremony, Major General Matthew Brown formally transferred command to Major General Shane P. Morgan, reflected leadership continuity and ensuring the continued executions of the task force's missions across the Horn of Africa. The event symbolized the smooth and orderly transitions of command, guaranteeing continuity in operations and commitment undertakings by this multinational force. The command ceremony, the combined Joint Task Forces mission is strengthening regional cooperation and developing a strategy, also renewing its commitment to carry out its security mission, strengthening regional cooperation and developing a strategic partnership aimed at supporting peace and stability in the Horn of in the region. Speakers highlighted the force's important role in coordinating security efforts and supporting joint initiatives with regional and international partners, thereby contributed to peace and stability throughout the Horn of Africa. In his remarks, General Gavin Anderson described the occasion as a significant milestone, reflecting.
Visit the folks here at CJTF HOA. I'm especially happy to welcome Shane Morgan in as the new commander. He's a warfighter who's got great experience. He'll be a great partner, and he understands the importance of working with our allies and partners. Sad to say goodbye to Matt Brown, General Brown, who's done a great job here as well. But I have no doubt that General Morgan will continue the partnership and continue to work for our common interests here in the Horn of Africa going forward. So I'm excited to be here. Thanks.
And now listen to Major General Shane P. Morgan.
I also want to thank General Anderson, sir, for your leadership of U.S. AFRICOM and your influence across the whole of this great continent. Over the time we've served together, I've observed your bias for action has always been trained on the long term, and I've never doubted your appreciation for the CJTF and its people's central role in turning those actions into meaningful results. I also want to thank and properly recognize our host nation partners. Everyone here from the DGRI, as well as senior leaders of the Djiboutian Armed Forces and Coast Guard, our 21st century partnership with Djibouti is strategic. It is for our common benefit and the region's benefit, and it's a personal honor for all of you to be here today.
So I'm incredibly honored to assume command of Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa. I'm appreciative of the trust that General Anderson has placed in me, and I'm excited to serve along such dedicated and professionals, many of whom are here today, whether you're in the U.S. military, the interagency, or our partner nations. It's been brought up before, and I'm ready to continue, and that is we're one team here with a shared purpose on shared objectives. I must thank our outgoing commander, Major General Matt Brown, for his world-class leadership, his commitment, and I'll go as far as to say strategically historic accomplishments during his time here. I wish you and your family the very best in your next command in support of AFRICOM and EUCOM together. I'll close with this. I look forward, beginning now, to serve with, to listen with, and to learn from you, from us, from we. Commanding at any echelon is the ultimate privilege for a leader, for an officer, and I'm ready to attack challenges and seize opportunities within this command. It is my honor to lead and command CJTF HOA as of now. Thank you to all. Let's go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
TICA and Djibouti Red Crescent completions of a training course organized by the Turkish Red Crescent and for the National Agency for Persons with Disability, a training course organized by the Turkish Red Crescent in cooperation with the Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency for employees of the National Agency for Persons with Disability concluded on Thursday at the meeting hall of the Djibouti Red Crescent. The 5-day training aims to strengthen participant capacity in supporting persons with disability, emergency management, and improving the quality of services provided to them. The closing ceremony was chaired by the Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to Djibouti, Sabri Ergens, in the presence of Hawa Ibrahim Roble, Disaster Management Coordinator at the Djibouti Red Crescent, Mr. Onur Yassar, TICA Coordinator in Djibouti, Ms. Jenan Yesim Siber, representatives of the Turkish Red Crescent participants and invited guests. In her remarks, Mr. Hawa Ibrahim Roble praised the quality and relevance of the trainings, emphasizing that the knowledge and skills acquired would positively impact participant professional performance, particularly in serving persons with disabilities. She also expressed gratitude to the Turkish Red Crescent and TICA for their continuous support to national capacity building efforts. For his part, TICA coordinator Onur Yassar emphasized that the training forms part of the agency's commitment to supporting human resources development in Djibouti. For his part, the Turkish ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Sabri Ergen, stressed that the importance of cooperation between between Turkey and the Djiboutian institutions in humanitarian and social fight, reaffirming his country's commitment to supporting initiatives aimed at improving the skills of the professional workings with persons with disability. At the conclusion, participants, this initiative reflects the strength of cooperation and friendship between Djibouti and Turkey and demonstrate both countries' shared commitment to promoting social inclusion, strengthening institutional capacity, and improving services for persons with disabilities. Certificate award ceremony for trainings on identifying and combating the informal sector. The Financial Application Centers under the Ministry of Budget, in partnership with the French Development Agency and with the technical support from Expertise France, organized a certificate award ceremony this morning at the Best Western Premier Hotel in Djibouti for participants who successfully completed a specialized training courses on identifying and combating the informal sector. These initiatives form part of the government of Djibouti's ongoing effort to strengthen economic and financial governance, encourage the formalization of economic activities, and improve monitoring, control, and analysis mechanisms for productive sectors. The initiative also aims to equip the managers and staff with modern technical tools to better understand the challenges associated with the informal economy and contribute effectively to reducing it. The ceremony was attended by several prominent figures, including the director of the Financial Application Center, Mr. Abdelrazak Khaire Bourale, representatives of the Expertise France, trainers who provided technical support, and all participants. The training was led by two recognized experts, Anne-Claire Gary and Mr. Hassan Mohamed Ige. Participants received both theoretical and practical institutions on the characteristics of the informal economy, methods for identifying and evaluating undeclared activity, data collections and analysis tools, and strategy for encouraging the gradual integration of informal workers into the formal economy. For his part, the director of the Financial Application Center stressed the strategic importance of these trainings within the framework of the country's economic reforms, and reaffirming that combating the informal sector is a key pillar for strengthening public revenue, improving national competitiveness, and supporting more inclusive and sustainable growth. In Ali Adde refugee villages, the workshop on social cohesion and community integration activities in Ali Adde refugee village concluded with an official closing ceremony featuring prize award to sports competitions winners, recognitions of participants and partners, and closing remarks by representatives of the organizing institutions. The event celebrated the values of solidarity, mutual respect, peaceful coexistence that characterize the initiative: sports competitions, community dialogue, cultural exhibitions, and discussions on handicraft as post-cultural heritage and economic opportunities contribute to strengthening ties between refugees and host communities, promoting social integration and enhancing community resilience. Speakers praised the commitment of participants and the active role played by local authorities, the national offices for assistance to refugee and disaster victims, the intergovernmental authorities on development, and all partners whose support contributed to the success of the initiative. The project is funded by the Swedish International Development Agency. The 49th anniversary of the Djiboutian Armed Forces in Jalalaqsi, Somalia, as part of the celebration is marking the 49th anniversary of the Djiboutian Armed Forces. The Djiboutian contingent deployed in Jalalaqsi, Sector 4, under the African Union Support and Stabilization Missions in Somalia, ARISOM, organized an official ceremony on June 6 under the chairmanship of Colonel Ali Elmi Bouh, Sector Commander. The event was attended by local elected officials, civil authorities, community elders, and traditional leaders from Jalalaqsi, demonstrated the local population's support for this national occasion. The ceremony opened with a military parade reviewed by Colonel Ali Elmi Bouh, highlighting the disciplines, professionalism, and commitment of the Djiboutian Armed Forces in carrying out their missions in support of peace and security. The event also included the raising of the national flag, symbolizing unity, sovereignty, and loyalty to the values and principles of the Republic. Colonel Ali Elmi Bouh delivered a message from the Chief of the General Staff, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, emphasizing the pivotal role of the Djiboutian Armed Forces in promoting national and regional security stability. He praised the dedication, courage, and sense of responsibility demonstrated by Djiboutian soldiers deployed in Somalia. He also expressed gratitude to the government of Djibouti for its support of the armed forces and thanked President Ismail Omar Guelleh, Supreme Commanders of the Armed Forces, and General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim for their leadership and support to peacekeeping operations. The ceremony concluded with a military march involving all battalion units, reflecting their cohesion and operational readiness. Floral wreaths were also laid in memory of soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the line of duty and in tribute to all those who served the nations with dedications and sacrifices. Throughout this celebration, Djiboutian soldiers deployed in Somalia renewed their commitment to carry out their peacekeeping missions with professionalism while remaining faithful to the legacy and values of the Djiboutian Armed Forces. The ceremony concluded with a military march involving all battalions units. Floral wreaths were also laid in memory of soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the line of duty and in tribute to all those who served their nations with dedications and sacrifices.
ولا تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أمواتا بل أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون صدق الله العظيم. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافيه واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم أغسل بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقيه من الخطايا كما نقيت الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وأبدله الدار خيرا من دارهم وأهلا خيرا من أهلهم والزوج خيرا من زوجهم وأدخله جنة وأعده من عذاب القبر وعذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
For the international scene, prospect of preliminary agreement between Washington and Tehran, media reports suggest possible progress in negotiations between Washington and Tehran with the prospect of reaching a preliminary agreement of memorandum of understanding that could be signed remotely, while some technical meeting in Geneva has been postponed to a later date. According to this report, discussions are focusing on a general framework that may include arrangement for the partial easing of certain economic restrictions and sanctions, considerations of releasing part of Iran's frozen assets, measures related to navigations in the Strait of Hormuz, deferring the more complex nuclear issues to later round of negotiations. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.